All right, Cory here from Penny's Hot Rods and Customs. We're going to be getting back on the old Henry J. It's been a couple weeks, but you know, that's life. Before we get going on, I'm going to show you what we bought, or what I bought at the swap meet. Oh, I guess Derek too, but we'll get to that in a minute. But what I think we're going to do today is I finally got gas, so I'm going to hook that up for the welder, because that's where I ran out from doing the bumper, so we'll do that, and we're going to tackle this afterwards. I bought seats. Well, I'll explain about what they came out of and whatnot and this and that. We're going to make brackets. They're just sitting in there anyway, but I think they're pretty cool. We'll get back to that in a minute. Let's see here. Actually, while I'm in here, can't go wrong. $2, folks. $2. I kid you not. That was a score at the swap meet. So anyway, I'll go show you what we bought, and then we're going to start welding that. I'll bring in the gas. We'll start welding that guy up. And yeah, we'll show you what I bought. Actually, this video is going to be something different. Or actually, what I was going to do, but I figured out, no, we'll work on that. Because I brought my 35 out. And what I did at the swap meet, I bought a bunch of bumpers and brackets. I was going to only use one of those brackets, or the bumpers and the brackets, probably the middle one there. And I've got another one in the shed up in the trusses that I was going to use. But I figured it's probably time to get bumpers on it. So that's what this video was going to be. But I think I'll make it in another one. So, because I've got to modify my front brackets to mount in there, because like I said, it's got a Nova clip in the front, so I think that'll be another video. But yeah, I've been driving this bad guy around. Sure, a blast. Sure get lots of looks. So anyway, we'll show you what some of the stuff we bought, and then we'll get to work. Ugh. Proper door lock, propane. So anyway, first purchase, I think, Derek. He bought an 883 for the satellite, I do believe. So, and it came with a couple different shifters. So I think that one might be the correct one. I was monkeying around with it. I don't think any of these linkages are the right ones, but I'll play around with a little bit more. But yeah, he's pretty happy. Apparently it was rebuilt. Everything does spin for like nice through the gears and whatnot. So that's a bonus. I bought new tires, skinny ones for the front of the 61 Pontiac, by the way, which we're going to be working on that in a couple weekends from now. So that'll be coming. Stay tuned. And we bought a douche shell. I bought that for $100. I already sold it to Derek, so that's a bonus right there. $100. And let's see, too much stuff in here. Oh, a couple nice set of Krager rims. I'm not sure what I'm gonna get by or put those on, but hey, the price was right. Let's see what other gems that I bought. Just some valve covers, 327 ones. Alternators. You can't have enough alternators. I bought 2 chrome ones. This one's pooched apparently inside. That's a new chrome one. It's good. And these 2 are brand new, so can't go wrong. That carb I had in stock, I bought this tunnel ram just because, you know, it was $200, so why not? And it actually has, if I put this carb down, oh, bad wrist. I can't with my wrist or elbow's still buggered. But it came with all the linkage. And I bought this carb, $650 pumper from a good buddy. So at the swap meet, it was nice visiting with him. So yeah, I think that's most of our swap meet stuff. Or at least that I bought anyway. There might be a few other things here and there. So yeah. But yeah. Alright, I guess enough rambling. And let's go to work. We'll go hook up the welder. Or the tank. And we'll go to work. Should really put a lock on that. So yeah. Oh, and it's hot as balls out here. Major ball gravy today. Alrighty, I envy the people that have pools. So yeah, like I said, I was gonna put bumpers on this, but I think that'll be in the next coming video. So anyway, let me hook up the gas there, and we'll start welding that guy and put her in. Oh yeah, before I forget, sorry. So anyway, these seats. The gentleman, he was actually next to us at the swap meet selling stuff, and I was looking for bucket seats. There was absolutely nothing that I really liked and whatnot. These, apparently, he told me he's had them for like 30-40 years in dry storage, so he says. So anyway, apparently they're out of a 67 Volkswagen Beetle. I don't know, but that's what he told me. They're in good shape. They're all original. They just feel a little hard, and I'm hoping that the cloth won't rip, but if it does, I can buy new stuff knowing that I know what it's out of. So, hey, he had them. I'm not exaggerating. He wanted $500 for these, and I was like, oh, I'm not paying that. So I just waited to the end of the day, and he walked over beside us, because we were talking all day or whatever, and he said, what do you want? What will you give them to me? I said, what's your absolute lowest bottom dollar? He said $60. I said, sir, I'll take them. So that's a true story. So I'm going to try to make brackets, and I'm going to mount them and all that stuff. So we'll do that after the bumper, because I got to finish that off. But yeah, $2, folks, $2. Anyway, I'm gonna put the camera down. We'll set up the welder and get the welding. Finally, we're gonna get back to working on this thing after a while. Okay, guys, the welder's hooked up, so let's do some welding. I just probably turn it on would be a good idea. Even safety first. I'm tired of burning my noggin. See if it welds better with gas than without gas. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Winning! Perfect. I'll just knock off that little ugly spot at the end there. I think everybody needs a bug in their shop. Thanks, bug. Very happy with that. So, oh, very happy now. I figured maybe I'll weld in the little bungs there that Ryan made, and then we'll make the other pieces. And I haven't decided if I'm going to weld it in, take the easy way welding it, or bolt it in. If I weld it, I can still take the body off. That's not an issue. It's not going to hit anything. So I'm thinking I'm going to take the easy way and weld it. But I will try. Yeah, that's what. There's. Yeah. No. Yeah, we'll weld it. We'll take the easy way. Ryan made these buttons. I'll go grab those. Where did I? He gave them to me, and I have them somewhere. Ah, here they are. Made these little bungs that just fit in there. He turned them on the lathe for me, and they fit in perfectly. So I'll weld that up. Do them on both sides. It's nice having a couple brothers that you know, can do this stuff for you. So I guess I'll weld that in, and then we'll push this thing out. As much as I don't want to push it outside because it's actually cool in here and it's warm outside, but it is what it is. Let's continue welding, I guess. We'll be back. I don't think I need to film the rest of this, but I'll just show you when I'm done. So yeah. Like I said, originally I was going to get Ryan to put it in the middle there and put bungs in like I did at the front here and then weld in tubes, but that's a lot of work. So we'll leave it as is. Alrighty, we'll be back. I lied. Might as well film welding it. Alright, we're going to let that cool and then we'll put it on and we'll start making some of these little L brackets. We're getting there, folks. While that's cooling down, I'll tell you a little story. Gas is shut off. You know, yesterday I had to go out of town, go do some stuff for work, and it was about 3 hours outside of Winnipeg. And I seen a couple old vehicles on the side of the road in the guy's yard, so you know, it never hurts to stop and talk. You never know who you might meet. And he actually had a 35, 36 Ford one time, and I tried buying the truck cab and whatnot, or the whole truck, but he was going to use it for yard work. And we got to talking about this and that, and he goes, what's the one vehicle that you want? And I said, well, I'd really like a Willys coupe, but that's never going to happen, because I'm not a millionaire. So he goes, well, I got a 38 Willys pickup truck. I said, oh, really? And he said he liked the 38 style because it has the ugly front end. Well, they're not ugly, but they're just different. Hey, I like them. But he's like, oh, really? And I said, well, I'd really like a 40-41, or especially a 41 car. And he goes, well, I got a 41 truck. And I said, oh, really? And I said, there used to be one in Portage la Prairie. way back in the day at an auto body shop. He goes, oh, that's mine, I still have it. So I was like, oh, by chance you want to sell it, eh? So then I talked to the Bank of Booger. But he said, no, I don't. But he took my name and I said, if you ever want to sell it, like, please let me know, eh? So we talked and he showed me everything. And yeah, we know the same people and this and that and all that. So he was a really nice gentleman. I can't remember his name, but I got it in my phone. But really nice guy, took me in, had a drink and whatnot, and shoot the shit for a while. But yeah, you never know unless you stop and talk to the people on the side of the road. Sometimes they'll tell you to beat it, but this guy was really nice, really nice. So I guess I'll wait till this guy cools down, and then we're gonna go make some mounts in the back there. And then we'll make seats, brackets for the seats. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. We're gonna wing it, but I kind of got an idea. So we'll figure that out, guys. Like I said, this video is just kind of whatever, because I gotta get my rhythm back into working on this thing. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks, so I said working on my coupe, working on my 58, the fuel pump took a dirt nap, so I had to replace that, and you know, that all takes time, and figuring what exactly was wrong. Now the headlights weren't on the El Camino, so I did that last night, so that all takes time. And I thought it was the headlight switch, but it wasn't. It was the high and low switch that had just burnt out, so by the time that came in, so fun owning crap. Alrighty, we'll be back. Enough of my rambling, but yeah, you never know, guys. Knock on people's doors. You never know what you might find, or a new friend you might meet. It ain't no willies, but it'll have to do, folks. Push this turd out and we'll weld up the bumper. Okay, she's all welded in, leveled, squared, all the whole 9 yards. Looks really good. I like it. Looks pretty badass from this view with the blue and the black, and wait till there's tail lenses in it and all that stuff. But yeah, it looks pretty neat with the old Ford rear end in there. When I do the brakes, I'm gonna take the traction bars off, sandblast them, clean them up, and not sure what color I'm gonna flog them. But that's a little bit down the road when I do the brakes, hopefully in the next few weeks. Well, probably a month anyway, the way I roll. But what I was doing while I was waiting for that to dry, dun, dun, dun. It's hot out, people, but I'm not complaining. I was working on mounting my alternator. I originally was going to try to put it on the passenger side with this guy. It's got the speed racing holes, but and it goes here, but it only works on the long neck water pumps, because that's what I got on this old turd right there. So, and it won't work because then it hits the head and everything else. So I had this gem in stock, so that'll work. There's a bracket that runs off the header here, and I think I'll go see Boots on Tuesday. I'll go harass him about that and go buy that, and that's secured, and it will line up with the crank and the water pump pulley, so that's good. So that will work. Just sucks, but whatever. At least I'm figuring stuff out. But more importantly, folks, I'm going to be making a video in a little while, but I was going to order some parts, but I found what I was looking for. Actually, I forgot I even had these lifters, but manly lifters, solid lifters. I bought those when I had another engine. So I'm thinking for that 327, we're going to go solid. Also, I did find in my stash of parts, that's right, they're anti-pump up lifters. Apparently they're good for higher RPM, so they're brand new. So like I said, either hydraulic or solid. I'm thinking solid because, you know, why not? But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to I'm getting off track here, but I did find push rods. They are new, but they aren't hardened. I'm pretty sure they're not hardened, but I'm gonna buy new ones. So like I said, I've got guide plates and all that stuff in there, and I'll just eat them away. So I want to also measure them up too, to make sure that I've got the right length for the roller rockers. So I'm running a 1.5 because the cams that I have in stock are pretty rough. They're radical. So yeah, I forgot I even had that. That was from another engine that I was building way back in the day. So I guess enough rambling about that. But yeah, that video will be, maybe I'm going to start that in a couple weeks, probably after Back to the 50s. And yes, not I'm still rambling here anyway, but this Friday I'm going to the races in Grand Forks there, North Dakota there with a buddy and whatnot, a few buddies. So my parts are at the border, so that way I'll have all my taillight lenses and gaskets and all that stuff for the white windows and all that stuff in my door. So I'm gonna have a lot of parts coming here next weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. So we're gonna do that Friday night. So I guess what I'm gonna do is probably push this thing outside, and we're gonna start working on the seat brackets, or the seat brackets for those seats, and we'll talk about that, and we'll start figuring that out. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here, what I've already started doing, it was spot welded on was the old the track, I guess, and it was going to be the way where I was going to weld the 1x1. So, and I don't think it worked, and I was missing pieces anyway, so it didn't want to come out nice, so it came off unnice. So that's going to be garbage. But what I'm thinking here is, I'll just use this in my mock-up just to show you guys. Just 1x1 tubing. It's going to go in here. It's going to weld to the bottom. And then all I'm going to do is take 3/4 inch nuts, weld them to there with some washers, and then I'm just going to bolt it to the bottom of the to the floor, and then I'll put a support underneath to make sure it doesn't want to rock and roll, because you can't just bolt it to the floor. And so I'll put a support underneath that. So I'm going to cut 4 of these guys. I'll measure them up. I got a nice new chunk of steel there. I got one here too, but I got to say, hats off to Bug for always having stock. I feel bad for keep taking it, but not really. So anyway, we'll measure these up, and then we'll cut them, and we'll start welding, and we got to do ×4. So actually 8, sorry. My bad for the welding part anyway. So I got to cut up 4 of the 1x1s. But yeah, these seats, the gentleman said they came out of a 67 Beetle. Whether they do, I don't know what Beetle seats look like, but they're in really good shape. So I was being pretty careful when I was cutting it to like the brackets off, because like I said, this is all original, and it's here, actually I'll show you. The springing is all really nice. Of course I got it on the stand here. But yeah, everything's really nice. The springs are really great shape. I just wondering if we're sitting on it, if there's Chris was saying there might be something you can spray on it to maybe loosen it up a little bit. So so we'll see about that. But like I said, if worst comes to worst down the road, they start ripping, then at least I know what they are, hopefully, and then I can get a new kit for it. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, as you can see here, this is where, like I said, then I'll figure it out, and I'm going to just weld one there and then one back here, so that way it'll be all right. And then, like I said, Bob's your uncle. So. Screw you, Mother Nature. I don't know, about a half hour ago, so it just came down hard. Sun's trying to come out now, but yeah. So I quickly tarped up the coop, pushed this back in before Mother Nature decided to dump a bunch of water on us. I did weld up, and I made my mounts here. They're not bad where they are, but this floor does have a dip, and I didn't realize that. So I'm going to make a spacer, and I'll just weld that to there, and I'll take the measurement, about 3/4 and about a 1/2 inch, because I forgot the floor does slope, so that's not an issue. And then I'll make same thing. I'll weld underneath here a brace to the floor and all that. That way it gives it a structure. That way it's just not depending on the floor for support. So we'll sit in this old turd and see what's what. Oh, it's getting tight in here. So where I'm sitting is basically, it's close to the roll cage. I've got no problem hitting the clutch pedal, the brake, no problem. When I do put my tranny tunnel back in here later on, I'm not sure if I'm going to use that big foot gas pedal, because that might be kind of awkward. Because it might be like, that might be kind of awkward. If not, I'll have a spoon pedal or something. I'll fabricate something there. But yeah, no, it'll be all right, and the steering column's going to come more closer to me. But yeah, I can be able to shift gears, no problem, where I am, so not bad. But yeah, I just got later on. I'll dig out my tranny tunnel and just finish that off. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, no, actually, I'm pretty happy with these seats. Oh, now I got to sneak out of here. Oh. Yeah, that noise will go away when the seats are bolted. But yeah, no, it'll be all right. Like I said, I'll have it about so it'll be close to the roll bar, but not that close. So we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Ooh, actually, the sun's starting to come out. Maybe. Who knows? 1 minute rains, 1 minute doesn't. So anyway, I guess we'll start. Actually, before I fabricate that one, maybe I'll get some stock there and we'll build that up. So stay tuned, we'll keep you updated. Okay, so I just put some spacers under there. The seat's all bolted in where it's got to go. I'm really happy with it. What I'm going to do is, I got two things I'm going to use for the underneath to hold it. I'll get some more steel like this. It's a little overkill. I might see if I have some, maybe some 5/16 because this is like 3/8 and that's a little overkill. And I'm just going to drill 2 holes, and that way then I'll put it underneath the car, and then I'll weld it, and that way then it can bolt to that. That way it's nice and strong and it won't go anywhere. And I'll tie it into the rockers or something. But it's probably a little overkill, so I'll talk to Ryan, see if I can get some 5/16 or something. Like I said, 3/8 is a little overkill. But yeah, no, I'm happy with the way it is. I'm going to start, actually I was about to start welding up for this side. Like I said, this side's all bolted in and solid. I'm happy. That one's still sitting there. But I got a text message or a call from my buddy. He's at my farm, or my buddy's farm I should say, where we store some of our crap. And I gotta go there, give him a hand and show you what Kevin bought. So I guess I'll go give him a hand and we'll go do that. So I guess we'll go for a little ride. I really wanted to get that finished tonight, but well, I already can tell tonight's gonna be a write-off, because by the time he gets there, and then we're gonna go for supper and talk and blah blah blah, so that'll be a night. But we'll go show you what Kevin bought. I was gonna buy it, but I had first cracks, but I'm like, Kevin likes that stuff more than I do, so let's go for a little road trip. Close up the shop. Stupid rain. All right. Let's see how fast we can get this thing going. There's whether Chris is going to put this in. There's a speed or a radar thing up there for 50K. Let's see. I don't want to break any speeds. Oh, we're doing 67 and a 50. Inappropriate. Oh, 72. Inappropriate. Whether Chris will put this in, I don't know. But yeah, it just started raining again, so yeah. Alrighty, we'll be at the farm in a couple minutes. Okay guys, I apologize for the wind, but I'm out in the open here. Anyway, this is what Kevin bought. It's a 1940 Ford car frame. This thing is really straight, not twisted, not beat up, not just, you know, everything's nice. It's not rotten. Usually they all rot in here in spots. Same thing up here. This thing's all solid. The flathead's pooched, but that doesn't matter. So like I said, I'm not sure what Kevin's going to do with this thing, but he couldn't pass it up. I should have bought it, but like I said, I'm trying to stop buying some junk. But yeah, even in the back here, usually they're all bent and twisted from people yanking on them, but no, it's a good straight frame. And anybody that knows anything, you know that these things are getting harder to find, so hey, buy it when you can. Even had to strap it to the old 55 there just so he can get off the trailer. He's gone for supper. I'm gonna go meet him in a few minutes, so I think we're gonna end this video. But before I do, this is a 39 Ford that I bought, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago at an auction. It's not buyer's remorse, but I'm never gonna get to it, eh? So I'm gonna persuade Chris and Derek over some dinners, maybe late summer, early fall, to bring it home. And we're gonna make sure the doors open, kind of weld up the floors. The floors are not the greatest, they're probably pretty bad. But clean it up a bit, take some of the ugliness off, bolt up the front sheet metal. I'm gonna be looking for a grill for this thing, so if anybody knows or has a 39 Ford grill, give us a shout. I do have an old Hurst mount for a small block, so I'm gonna mount that, and so I can mount that engine and kind of just give the illusion of what you could buy here, eh? The body's got the right amount of patina. The rear fenders are a little worse than I'd like. This one's not too bad. The rear tail pin's pretty beat, but you can buy new ones. This fender's seen better days. It's pretty thin and it's been beat. This frame did come off my 35, and it was an old hot rod frame, or at one time, because I think it's got an Oldsmobile or Pontiac rear end in it, and you can see the way they mounted everything. So that came off my coupe when I got it. So like I said, I got the fenders. The fenders, I believe, are pretty good shape. They're not bad. And the hood's immaculate shape. I got that put away so nothing would happen to it, because it's really nice. So the dash is all there. So I don't know, I was thinking, like, I'm never going to get to this car, I realize it. So if any local guys are interested, let us know. But if not, I'm going to hopefully in the fall time bring it home for a couple weekends and just weld up the floors, fix it up a bit, and send it on its way, hopefully, to somebody that will do it, because somebody it does deserve to get that fixed. Like I said, I apologize for the wind here, but I just wanted to see how Kevin's frame looked. I haven't seen it. I just took the guy's word for it, so that it was good. So anyway, sorry about this video. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks since I've worked on the old, I hope I can do this right, the old Henry J. So like I said, I'm gonna get back at it now. But like I said, just a couple headache kind of weekends. So anyway, guys, as always, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, good or bad. Hey, sorry about the wind, but yeah, it's just gonna be one of those summers, I think. Anyway, we'll catch you guys on the next one. It could be you. Somebody out there might want it. They could fall in love with this thing. Think of the possibilities, folks. All right, we'll catch you on the next one. Adios.